So today we're in the town of Altit. I've got a cool little hotel here, little bungalows here with a great view off in the distance. Today we're going to exploring the area in the town of Karimabad. We're going to see Baltit Fort, which is a beautiful old fort up with an amazing viewpoint. We're going to have lunch, and then we're headed to a place called the Eagle's Nest for sunset, which I guess has incredible views of the surrounding area. So I'm looking forward to it and hope you are too. So our first stop is called Altit Fort. You can see we're up here in the mountains. You can see we're up here in the mountains. Beautiful views. So we've entered the Altit Fort compound here, and it starts with this beautiful green-like park area. Very quiet and peaceful. You see this fort is over 900 years old. It's only been recently heavily reconstructed, so it's supposed to be, I've read, it's supposed to be in good shape. So let's take a look. So we've got a guide to take us through the fort here. Pretty cool. Hello. Hello. Of course, climbing upstairs when you come to the Hunza Valley. There's a lot of stairs to climb, a lot of hills too. And you can see the views are up here just incredible. Something out of a fantasy novel like Lord of the Rings or something. You see the dry, dead area, mountains up there, and the beautiful green area. I think all this is like cultivated and planted over generations, but incredibly beautiful. And get our first glimpse of the fort here. Very cool. See these stone walls and interspersed with wood and poles. I've heard that helps protect it from earthquakes, gives it a little more give. So not sure if that's a new feature or something they added, but probably pretty smart. And this is a very earthquake, natural disaster prone region. There's earthquakes, floods, landslides, a little bit of everything here. So and of course they got these short doors here, so you have to be careful. Hello. Hello. Hello.
We are doing for you.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
And short doors. Watch out.
Oh, this is short. Oh.
Yeah, they got these short doors all throughout the Hunza Valley.
Yes.
Mind your head, please. Mind your head.
Hello.
Wow, this is really cool. All these little side rooms.
Portion of this building, it was a reception and for security. 890 commandos were stayed here to protect royal family from internal aggression.
Well, you can see great views out the window here. If you look, wow, how straight down we are. It's just a straight drop. I'll try not to drop my GoPro, but you can see in both directions. Hello. 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 Get to meet the very friendly local youngsters here, I guess. Heading into another room.
Oh, this was dungeon, prison.
wow. We've come out on a little balcony here, and if you were afraid of heights, this would not be the place to be. Wow. There's not much of a barrier here if you fell. You can see the outer wall here, the beautiful green down below, and the incredibly beautiful river heading up into the mountains. Wow, this is incredible.
Oh, really?
Now we're heading up to the roof for, I assume, even more spectacular views. Well, the Hunza Valley is not short of spectacular views pretty much any way you look. It's a beautiful sight, but you can see we're coming up here. Oh, wow. Again, if you're afraid of heights, probably not for you, but let's see. Oh, wow. And you can see the town down below here. Here's the fort, and all the houses and shops, and heading way up into the mountains. Even hanging onto the cliffs over there. And watch your step, because it's not a guardrail. It's interesting, I think in America they would have, you know, guardrails and warning signs all over here, but in Pakistan they're like, well, if you're dumb enough to step over that, then that's on you. Ooh, look at that building up there. And you can see the mountains. Excuse me. You can see the mountains way up there. I know this GoPro doesn't effectively show the scale of all this, but it really is massive. Really get incredible all around views. Far, far into the distance. So it's like storm clouds coming in. Always a risk here. Truly a awe-inspiring, once-in-a-lifetime sight. If you really get to come to Pakistan, it's really definitely worth it. And you can see why they built a fort up here. You get views all around. There's no real way to sneak up. You can only come in through this side or this side. Mountains are too high, I think, to pass over. So you get a view of all of the surrounding areas for any invaders coming in. See them from miles away.
60 feet.
60 feet first. Yeah.
Wow, you can see you can get right on the edge here. Whoa. Yeah, definitely not for the faint-hearted. It's a pretty sturdy base, but man, if someone came along and bumped you, you'd fall right off.
British Army entered in Hunza 10th December 1891. So they came here by negotiation.
So we've come onto this long balcony here with nice views of the houses down below. You can see heading this way. Wow. See people doing their laundry, going about their life as the village heads up into the mountains. Hard to believe you live here with views like that, but so our guide just told us these houses next to the fort are all part of the UNESCO World Heritage Sites. They have to be maintained in the old style, like the mud brick look, so they can fix up the inside any way they want, but outside they have to maintain this old traditional style.
Bye.
Bye.
For your exams. Thank you.
The background in there. local
Yeah.
tradition.
So we stopped at the Hunza Food Pavilion, kind of a famous place. A lot of YouTubers have been here. Restaurants up there. We got a little seating area down here. Supposed to have really great traditional food. And you can see our great view. See, it smells good. We'll see how good the food is. With some soup, looks like some really tasty homemade soup. You can tell, like these they're homemade noodles. Looks really good. Kind of a cool looking bowl too. Get that out of there. Okay, let's try the broth first. Good, real earthy flavor maybe. It's got little really good noodles, like soft homemade noodles. Pretty tasty. Probably could use a little salt, but yeah, it does taste very good. It kind of grows on you. It's got kind of a herby, whatever the word is, kind of taste. Very, very flavorful.
This might be, I think this is like the meat, or maybe the lentils.
I think the lentils are good.
Looks pretty good. It's kind of like a little handmade meat pie or a pizza. It's pretty tasty. Get a look at it there. It's pretty easy to pick up. Oh wow. And there's a lot of flavors going on in there. A little spicy, but not too bad. Wow, that's really good. Kind of a little sweet, a little tangy, a little savory. Good combination. All right, so we had a really good meal at that restaurant, and now we are heading up to Baltit Fort, which is different from Altit Fort, which we were at earlier. As you can see, more uphill climbing. And I think we are almost to the top. Oh man, this is real steep. Look at this. Of course, steepness never shows up in on my GoPro, but oh man, a lot of climbing. Oh, I think this is the top. Whew. All right. More stairs. Our tour guide lied to us, said there were no more stairs. Lots more stairs. Never get tired of this view. Oh man, that meal's kind of sitting in the wrong too. A little spicy and it's kind of bubbling up there, but I think I'll be okay. Getting close. Whew. Hello. Whew. You see the fort up there, really beautiful. Get this view again.
Hi, you made it.
You're not out of breath, and I'm totally out of breath. So, here's the rest of our tour group. Woo!
You can do this.
Almost there.
Oh, welcome. Salam alaikum.
Welcome. Thank you. The postcard. Bana, Sajat, Bana, John.
You wanted to visit from the Altit.
Thank you, sir.
Altit is amazing about history. Visiting the rooms, we will be explaining about the Baltit Fort.
So Baltit Fort here is newer than Altit Fort, which I visited earlier. That's 900 to 1100 years old. This is about 800 years old. So they just kind of sit across the valley from each other. There are similarities, but you can tell this one's a little more modern, has more advanced architecture. more advanced structures. So it's interesting to see the contrast between the older one and the new one. You kind of get a little bit of history timeline of the region just in these two forts.
Hey! Mountains, we have the 7,000 plus, and the highest mountain we have on the Rakaposhi from the Hunza Valley, 7,788.
And if you head over this way, you can see a Baltit fort. Let's see if I can point you in the right direction. I think it's hard to tell on my GoPro thing, but it's over here somewhere, far in the distance. You can see this fort is much higher. You know, towers over the whole valley. There's amazing rock outcroppings here. You can see just the variety of the landscape. You really get a sense of that green versus the dead brown of those mountains. See how high up the green goes. Really quite extraordinary.
The big decision, they convert the picture, can build for windows. Winter, when they make the fire, they will be close the door. Well, just this room was.
So we've seen Altit Fort and Baltit Fort today. I think I enjoyed the first one, Altit Fort, more. It was more historic. This was more, they had the British had added rooms and it had more modern amenities. This is kind of bigger, more impressive, but I think the older one, more authentic one, I think was my favorite. But this one, still pretty impressive. And this is the bike of the tourist police. You see that actually in words tourist police a lot. They're very protective of tourists, especially in a touristy area like Karimabad. So you see uniformed officers and these motorcycles all over the place. So we made it up to the Eagle's Nest. I was expecting kind of just a windy, rocky outcrop, but there's like these luxury hotels up here, which is nice because it's been a long day. And you can see the incredible views, the sun going down just about now, pretty good timing. Wow, a nice, peaceful, calm end to the day. I think that's going to be it for this video. Tomorrow we're heading south back to Lahore. We got a couple days drive, a couple long days drive. So I have a lot of exciting adventures planned for Lahore. After that I fly home. But I hope you join me for my next videos. Thanks for watching.